President Uhuru Kenyatta is a worried man. The president is worried because Moses Kuria is joining William Ruto. And Kiraitu Murungi is issuing new demands. And for those who've been following the politics of this country, President Uhuru Kenyatta successfully talked Peter Munya out of the Meru gubernatorial race in favor of Kiraitu Murungi. So anybody would have expected Kiraitu Murungi to be the one leading the choir, singing President Uhuru Kenyatta's praises in the Meru region. And Meru is going to play a key role for the Azimio movement. But Kiraitu Murungi is now talking as if he is not yet decided.
In my politics as an opposition politician during the Moi regime. And I spent the next 10 years in government under President Moi Kibaki. Now before I came back to the county to work as first as senator and now I'm governor. From my own experience, it is very important for a community to be in government. The first 10 years when we were in opposition, I can't show you one single thing that we did. Apart from singing and hearing insults, I cannot tell you anything we did for our people. All the electricity, all the roads that you see in this county, we did them when I was in government. We are now reached another critical juncture where we might make a wrong turn and condemn this community to poverty for many, many years to come. So I've been doing my political arithmetic, I've been calculating, and that is what I've been saying I'm doing in Meru Konunkera. So we have been sniffing, yes, we've been sniffing, but basically listening and doing research so that we don't take this community into opposition and so that we benefit our people. We cannot make our people great if we're in opposition. We have to work with the government. So we know the regime of President Uhuru Kenyatta will end on 9th of August this year. It's only a few months away. And we're interested in knowing who will be coming in as the next president. So once we know that, that's what I will direct the people of Meru to go into that presidency. And we have said, whichever president comes in, we are not going to play at the margins. We'll play at the center of that government. So once the decision is made, you'll see us talking very roundly so that we are noticed. We'll mobilize people so that we get into that direction, with a lot of force, and so that we can be recognized, by the incoming government. We've been doing research, we've been listening, and we believe by mid this month, we shall have some indications as to which direction we should take. So I'm pleading to our people to be more patient. You yourselves are not being elected president, and don't see why there should be so much excitement. And we have said politics is not just about friendship. You have seen how political friendships work. Those who are friends today are enemies tomorrow. Those who are enemies today are friends tomorrow. So that's not a basis on which we can make a decision. We have to do very cold calculation about our political interests. And then we see how we hook in with the presidency which comes in so that we can protect our interests and make Meru great that way. So I believe by 18th of this month, when the BAS party meets, we are going to have a decision which we are going to publicly communicate to our people.
Wanted to come back on the point about...
No, that's Kiraitu Murungi. And if you listened to that statement very closely and carefully, Kiraitu Murungi is not yet decided. I've followed Kiraitu Murungi's politics very closely. At some point, he was very clear that he will go where the president directs him to. So far, the president has directed Kiraitu Murungi to join Azimio. So far, President Uhuru Kenyatta has talked with Peter Munya, who has agreed and pulled out of the race. Why would Kiraitu Murungi now issue new demands? So in this video today, I want us to look at why Kiraitu Murungi is actually issuing these new demands. Before we do that, click the subscribe button if you've not yet subscribed. Subscribers, please help me share this particular video. Now, let us go back to the main issue. Why do you think Kiraitu Murungi would actually issue new demands? In my view, number one is the ground. I want to believe that William Samoei Ruto is still very popular on the ground. That's a fact. Did Kiraitu Murungi attend President Uhuru Kenyatta's Jubilee NDC at KICC? I even never saw him at ODMs. So those were the signals. Why would he avoid that? Probably the ground in Meru is still UDA. Maybe they've not done much to counter UDA on the ground. That's how I'm looking at it. Otherwise, if you listen to his speech, he's talking of listening to the ground. In politics, you make certain tough decisions. For example, when I'm trying to believe that Meru is still UDA, the Tharaka Nithi governor defected to UDA. Kiraitu Murungi is not very clear. How many months are we left with to the next election? So I tend to think that, number one, Meru is still predominantly UDA, and Kiraitu Murungi doesn't want to take any risk. Because remember, there's that lady, anaitwanga nani? There's this lady, the women rep, Nyawira or Mwangaza, I'm forgetting the name, who is also interested in this seat, giving Kiraitu Murungi headache. And this lady is running on UDA, if I'm not wrong. So that's number one. Number two, why President Uhuru Kenyatta should be worried is the fact that Kiraitu Murungi was actually the Azimio candidate. And that's why Peter Munya was talked out. So if you talk out someone, like Peter Munya would have gone head on with Kiraitu, then you talk him out. You leave Kiraitu. Then Kiraitu now, like Peter Munya can now not run. Already he's out, technically. He has not resigned, so he cannot contest. Now you kick out, you talk Munya out of the race. Kiraitu Murungi is now very, very easy. There's no opponent for him. So he can do whatever he wants. And remember, Kiraitu Murungi is the Azimio candidate. And if the Azimio candidate can talk the way he's talking, what do you conclude? Listening to Mauka Maore, sometimes back, trying to attack Peter Munya, because Peter Munya was trying to do certain things. Peter Munya believes up to now that his election were actually stolen, and it's not running, but he wants to fix some of those things. I don't know how he's going to fix it. So Mauka Maore was telling Peter Munya off, and even assuring the residents that the Azimio candidate is Kiraitu Murungi, but that Azimio candidate has other plans.
A campaign for Azimio. Meru or Mount Kenya East, we have been having a problem of infiltration by UDA. Now, we do not want to encourage any leader who feels that we are having problems that need to be solved, his personal problems, when we should be solving the problem of UDA. We should define UDA as a problem. So we are very surprised that Munya has come with a bag of his problems that he has been carrying from 2017. I was in the midst of that issue of trying to solve his problem of 2017 between him and the president. And when he was talking about those problems, the GSU were not part of those problems he talked about. Those who know about Meru County, the only place with GSU is in Igembe North. On that day of voting, they were in their barracks. They never came out to vote. They never came out to interfere with the voting. So those things about mentioning GSU is a complete lie. So I would like to ask our cabinet secretary. He has said he wants to help Uhuru achieve his legacy. The concentration of Uhuru now is to concentrate on how the Azimio candidate or Azimio campaign is going to take shape. And we do not want to go to the president now trying to solve a problem of how Munya lost the election in 2017. And we were all surprised that he is carrying that baggage up to now.
So much more kindly your message to Agriculture CES Peter Munya.
I would ask him to stay away from that debate, since he is not running where we can say now he is going to correct what he thinks was stolen from him. He lost that chance when he said he is not running. Now that he is not running, he should go and relax and not comment now, because we know he's still having the duress. You know, that decision of not running is not a small decision. So he has not recovered from that thing. So what I want him to do is relax and run. He should know that he is time bad. And Azimio has not said they have another candidate in Meru County. As of the time I'm talking to you, our governor, Kiraitu Murungi, is the Azimio candidate.
Very good. Number 3, I also tend to think that the whole thing behind this is that Kiraitu Murungi is trying to raise his profile. He has his own political party in Mbas. Maybe he wants to enter into Azimio using this Mbas. And he wants to come in maybe with the demands that in Meru, we are the only party which is going to sponsor candidates. So sometimes in politics, these things don't just happen. He's trying to raise his profile. He's already a governor. And if you follow Raila Odinga's politics is very simple. He's going to use the governors or the gubernatorial candidates to help manage the county politics. At the national level, he has a team already. Joho, Junet, he has Ledama, he has Kanini Kega, he has he has Sabina Chege, he has Babu Owino at the national level. And then these other political parties are also coming to help him. But at the county levels, Raila Odinga is basically going to depend on the governors. So Kiraitu Murungi would have been one of the critical players. So Uhuru and Raila are really worried. Number 4, in my view, is the fact that Meru is actually going to play a critical role for President Uhuru Kenyatta. If the president is not going to win in Kikuyu Nation, so his game plan was Meru or Mount Kenya East. Now, if Mount Kenya East is having problems, because already we also have Justin Muturi coming from the other side, Munya was going to help him, teaming up with Kiraitu. That was going to be a good force for him. But now Kiraitu Murungi is pulling out. So it means they are going to be in trouble, specifically in that region. And lastly, politics is a game of timing. Why would Kiraitu Murungi still talk about making a choice when the president has already made the choice? Raila Odinga is already the candidate, and these guys are already moving around. I don't know what you think, but probably Kiraitu Murungi is up to something. Thank you guys. Until next time, Lee Makwiny.